when you say Institute of Leadership, Coaching and Strategy, it's actually an institute that came to being far back in Delaware, USA, in 2022, as a Charter Institute of Leadership Strategy and Policy and Strategy. In Nigeria, it's an Institute of Leadership, Coaching and Strategy. Basically, we are in there to support the nation, to support the society globally in terms of responsive and responsible leadership, ethical leadership, and what have you. And that's why today's topic, ethical leadership, for society impact, is one of the cardinal program, one of our policy, one of our goal that I intend to aspire to achieve in making Nigeria a better society. It's actually a conglomerate or assemblage of leaders, professionals across the value chain in the country. So we are coming together basically to support the leadership, to talk to the leadership, and at the same time to enhance capability development through coaching, and also to assist government, to assist community, to assist society in articulating through research, through advocacy, better governance that will make things really happen in society.
ILCS holds second induction ceremony pledges commitment to ethical leadership. On May 29, 2025, the Institute of Leadership, Coaching and Strategy (ILCS) held its second induction ceremony at the Radisson Hotel, Ikeja, Lagos, with the theme Ethical Leadership for Societal Impact. The event brought together distinguished guests and industry experts, the newly inducted members, all united in their pursuit of excellence in leadership. In his welcome address, the ISCL president emphasized the importance of ethical leadership in driving positive change in society. As leaders, we have a responsibility to uphold the highest standards of integrity, transparency, and accountability, he stated.
Our institute vision is to be a leading authority in leadership, coaching, and strategy, fostering growth, innovation, and excellence. Our mission is to empower individuals and organizations through cutting-edge knowledge, skill, and best practices to reset and turn around individual and all corporate bodies' bleeding edge to a leading edge through equity, fairness, ethical practices, and justice through advocacy, not through confrontation or militancy. It's through advocacy. We are responsible professionals, and we are also leaders across the value chain in the Nigerian economy. Leadership, you agree with me, is not just about title or position. It's about inspiring others, driving positive change, and making a lasting impact. For to be inducted members of this institute, you have demonstrated your commitment to excellence and your dedication to shaping the future of leadership with your profound expression of interest to be part of us.
If we live in a society today where there's a total atrophy of values, where saints have become sinners and sinners have become saints, we live in a society today where the beard of the mullah has already been stained crimson red by all manners of sinful color, where the cassock of the priest is dripping with sin, where today we live in a society today where shamelessness has become a shared value. We live in a Nigeria today where ethical conduct, ethical practice is no longer in consideration. Then to find a society that says is committing itself in terms of its vision to providing or producing trusted leaders, and a society where you have the core values of professionalism, discipline, and several of those kind of uplifting values. So for me, in the first instance, it resonated with me. And if you will indulge me, in 1991, I was program officer for the Africa Leadership Forum. And I created a program that I called the Professional Seminar Series. And what was my intention? I looked at what was going on in Nigeria then, and I figured that if we do not begin to cultivate or create a group of young Nigerians that are concerned with ethical conduct. Because as you look at the Nigerian society, across the profession, in public and in private sector, there was a total erosion of ethical conduct. Professionalism had gone to the doors. I am not engaging in some sanctimonious sermonization. At the same time, I do not want to be engaged in what I call platitudinous civilities. But what I want us to understand is that this task that this institute has given unto itself, it's an Herculean task. And as usual, corruption and unethical practices will fight back.
What a challenge all of you have on your hands, especially the governing council, to put this together. For you to attempt to institutionalize a culture of responsible ethical leadership through inculcating morally accepted norms, values, ethics, policies, and strategies. It's not a mandate. I think it will call for a movement. It's not something that one person, one institute can do. It's really something that we all need to stand up, wake up, and realize that without it, we're going to leave a country that we don't want, that our children will not want, and our children's children will not want. So it's something that we really need to take on, and I'm so glad that we have inductees here willing to join in this fight, because it is going to be a fight. Corruption fights back, and they will fight back with everything that they have. So I invite you to just reflect on what you will do when you are tested. There are no perfect conditions to lead. I pray that you lead with conviction. I pray that wherever you go, as the chairman said, your light will shine.
Newly inducted members took the oath of commitment, pledging to uphold the principle of ethical leadership and contribute to the betterment of their community.
So the president and chairman of council is somebody that's not new to me. I've known him for several years, from the time that I was the registrar CEO of CIPM, and for all the time that I've known him, he's somebody that I know is passionate about human capacity development. He's passionate about leadership. So when I found out that he's the president and chairman of council of this institute, I wasn't surprised at all, because it's almost as if, you know, getting people to be better than they are is in his blood. So to be able to galvanize people together and bring them for this institute, you know, it's something that we must really commend him for, and commend his characters and his traits in pulling together people to start this institute.
Ethical leadership is critical. We will need it in terms of development and the kind of leadership that we need. But it's not something that just happens. It's not like God's rain that falls on the just and the wicked alike. It's something that we have to cultivate. We have to really produce ourselves. We have to make conscious efforts at generating and promoting it and having people who subscribe to ethical leadership like a community of shared values across Nigeria, to say, okay, in almost every organization, we need to find an anchor point. We need to find a champion in every organization who is talking about the need to have this kind of responsible and ethical leadership. We cannot continue with the way we are. There is no future in it. It's only destruction. As it stands today, you cannot even buy any food on the street to eat because you are not sure it has not been adulterated. You cannot trust any vehicle you are in. You are not sure what is going on in there because you are not sure that the guy, the driver, the Uber driver or the whatever driver is not going to kidnap you, or even the public transportation. All of this is because of the collapse of ethics in Nigeria, and that we have to collectively work at.
The institute is a very robust institute, and the values that they project is about transformation and providing an enabling environment for leadership to thrive in our nation Nigeria by bringing in a crop of people that are very passionate, that have integrity, that have consistency and commitment, and are indeed willing to make a difference. And so the institute is has profound vision and values that I'm excited to be part of the institute. Yes.
We all know that currently in our country and indeed our continent, Africa, one of the major challenges we have is that of leadership. And not just leadership, but this time we're talking about ethical leadership, a leadership that is characterized by integrity, and a leadership that is characterized by doing it, leading by example. So for me as a person, I'm going to be more intentional because I now know that I stand to mentor a younger generation that is coming after me. So it's all about leading by example and showing what it is to have integrity, truth, and to do it just as it should be done, not as it's written in the books. All right, so it's all about leading by examples and knowing that I am now a role model for people to look up to.
Today I'm happy to be one of those people that were inducted as members of the Institute of Leadership, Coaching and Strategy. I was inducted as a fellow of the Institute. I am proud to be a member because we all know that leadership is one of the things we need to get right in our country, Nigeria, to move Nigeria forward. So the Institute is positioned to, train and discuss the issue of, bring up the issue of leadership with the forerunner and ensure that people in different positions of leadership practice professionalism and ethical and duties, and ensure that the younger ones are also mentored and coached.
So we pray, may God help the institute and then give us a long life, and we should be able to proud to be the member.
At the institute is built on the vision of creating and building a new generation of leadership that is based on ethics, fairness, and equity. And I want to say that the change we're talking about, if you listened to the presentations today from the guest speaker, from the chairman, and all who spoke, they talked about the fact that it's an audacious task that we have, and it's not one that is easy to achieve. However, I want to say today that the change we're looking for begins with you and me.
I sincerely thank the registrar, that's the barrister, the former patient Adeniyi, a fellow of the institute, for holding the secretariat firmly, for also ensuring that things are working properly. And I also thank the membership committee who planned the occasion to make it happen. I thank all the corporate sponsors, Cabri of this world, Zenith of this world, Sedus Africa, Group Africa of this world, and what have you, right? All these people go along, and DHL, they really sponsor us to ensure that things really happen to the level and to the taste and to the quality where we have been able to accomplish this.
The ceremony concluded with a call to action, urging leaders to prioritize societal impact and strive for excellence in their respective fields.